On New Canadians, we're pleased to be with Majid Kazmi, a social entrepreneur, a banking professional, author, and public speaker. Thank you so much for being with us.
It's a delight for me.
Well, let's quickly go over exactly who you are and why we should be hearing from you today.
So I sit on the board of directors of the City of Toronto's Workforce Planning Board. That's a non-profit organization called Toronto Workforce Innovation Group. And what that does, Rachel, is it conducts research on workforce dynamics, demographic trends, employment demand and supply, as well as training gap analysis for the City of Toronto. There's another board that I'm a part of and a work that I'm personally very passionate about. It's a water charity called H2O for All, and it does projects in 10 countries around the world now, providing access to clean drinking water to people and communities around the world. And apart from that, I'm in advisory capacity, a part of many other nonprofit organizations.
Right, so you're a very busy man. I can just imagine your day. What drives you to do all this, especially for others, and sometimes maybe not even for profit for yourself?
I think it has to do in part to do with how I was raised, by my parents, really. Because I remember if there was one thing my parents couldn't forget, it was telling us again and again that the true test of a person's character is how well he treats the people around him and how the society benefits from all that he has to offer, not how much material wealth he accumulates. And this, in a way, became the core of our self-belief, the moral compass of our life's work in the years to come.
So moving on, let's talk about your book, The First Dancer. What's it about and who is your audience?
The premise of the book is very simple, and the core message really is that life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. You have to focus on the things that you can control in your life at present, rather than agonizing over the things that you cannot control. What you can do is dream big, start small, but act now. So these three principles have been really important for me, and that is something that I've documented as part of my own experience going up the learning curve for my readers.
How do you stand out, or how should others make themselves or present themselves so that they stand out in a crowd?
First of all, for newcomers, that's absolutely important. So one of the things for you to get attention from whether it's your prospective employers or if you want to land a position at a board of directors, the thing that has worked for me really is social media. So you start from that, you build your personal brand on the social media. LinkedIn is key, but other social media platforms as well, because that gives you the kickstart. And then of course you leverage your position on the social media and your personal brand that you have been able to build over a course of time. And then you start connecting with people face to face. Because Rachel, in my experience, there's no alternative for creating and building relationships, personal relationships that are authentic at a human level.
Well, isn't it difficult to be authentic on social media though?
I know that's paradoxical, because a lot of people want to show themselves as something that they are not. But the key for success is to actually do the work in the background and do whatever you want to do in your life, build bigger successes on top of smaller successes, and then go out and tell people how and what has worked for you. Because smaller success is something that attracts people towards you and gives you opportunities to achieve bigger successes.
Right. Well, Majid, thank you so much for all your insight today.
My pleasure.